ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्.
Yeah. So from time to time, now that the pathways have opened up, it is the communication is so easy, and it's so loud and clear in my ears that it's like as though even my Choco and Minnie, when I have to talk to them, we have a amazing conversation. So
wow. Can you share something about that conversation, the animal telepathic conversation? Because that's something that will fascinate all of us. So, how exactly that happens?
So, ma'am, it happens like I'm talking to you, but I'm not opening my mouth. So I'm just like using my mind to talk to either Choco or Minnie, and Minnie loves to talk. She loves to talk, and she doesn't want me to talk. And she's like, "What are you chattering all the time? And what is that junk you're eating?" And I caught you eating chocolates the other day, and I'm like, "Hello."
How do you how do you know that? You were not in that room also, maybe. Yeah, and that's the
She was
communication.
she was in the
She
room.
was in the room.
She
Okay.
was in the and she sees me eating, and she's like, "What is that junk you're eating?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." So and they also guide me, from time to time, and they are elevated souls, these animals and dogs, and one feels that they are just animals, but their soul is so elevated that they can guide you. They can tell you that you're stuck over here, or if you are having some physical ailment, they mirror you. In fact,
Yes.
they take on your illness,
Correct. Yes. Yes.
and then they mirror you. And like, I'm wondering, like, why is she scratching herself so much, and then she would come back to me saying that you are stuck on this, and that is what I'm mirroring. So I have to look at myself, am I stuck on that? And then I realize that yes, I am stuck on that. I am irritated about something, and that is what she's telling me. So and Choco just follows Minnie. So he's like, one day he tells me that, Minnie, I love her, but she's just dominating at sometimes.
Well, that is just like human beings. So I guess
Absolutely.
they just have human emotions, though they may have a different physical body. So
They
that's
do.
so interesting. But I loved what you just said about the pathways opening up, Lena, because people need to understand that we have neural pathways. right? From our brain to every cell of our body. But we also have these cosmic pathways, right? And these cosmic pathways connect us to any and every form. And that's what happens when telepathy happens, when kind of ESP happens, when a spiritual kind of awakening happens, when they say the Kundalini rises, and all these various names that are given are nothing but the cosmic pathways opening for you because you are part of the cosmos. And so, what's happening with you, Lena, is slowly, because of the pathways, the neural pathways, of course, have opened, but the cosmic pathways are also opened. And so, there is this huge connect that you're feeling with all forms of life.
Yes, ma'am. The connection is phenomenal. You know, I when I start meditating, at times I just go into some zone which is like traveling into other space and other dimensions, and even talking about it, it feels like, you know, I'm not the same person that I used to be 4.5 years ago, before my dad passed away, and I'm a totally different person now, and then it fascinates me because
So, any particular client that you helped with the kind of
telepathy.
mediumship? Yeah, the kind of mediumship that you started doing. Anything that you'd like to share?
So, ma'am, I help find lost pets. Um, if there is somebody who's lost their pet, you know, pets run away, or pets are not behaving properly, they're barking, or they're, you know, trying to tell their owner, the human, something or the other, then I can communicate with the pet and ask him or her, you know, what's happening, what are you trying to say. So then the pet will respond by saying that, you know, I'm mirroring the person, or there is pain in my stomach, or I need to go to a doctor, or my throat is hurting. So take a look at it, or I don't need medication. I can just give me some nice soft food and a lot of cuddles, and I should be okay in a day or two. Or the other day, one of the clients, she lost her cat, and she's like trying to look for the cat, and I spoke with the cat, and the cat said, I'm here in the compound, so come and look for me. And within 2 minutes the cat was found. So so this is,
Wow,
yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Okay. So
So
you
they
just
tell
get
you,
the message, right? You just get the message in your mind that the cat
yes,
is communicating to you.
I can see her also.
You can
Uh,
visualize her
I can
also.
visualize her also,
Right.
or the animal, and they talk to you freely. So you just have to be at it and keep on having a conversation. If the animal is lost, then you just keep on having the conversation until you focus, freeze on a location. They'll tell you, I'm so many kilometers away, or I'm just around the corner, or I'm next to a car, or some
Indication.
indication they will
Ah,
give, and then I would direct their owner or their human to go in that direction, and then they find the animal.
fascinating, Lena. Fascinating. It's so amazing, Lena, that 4.5 years ago, your mind was so physically ingrained in daily things. And today, those daily things are not important at all. You know, eating, sleeping, drinking, meeting friends, all this has lost meaning. And there's a higher meaning that's happened, and your life seems to have transformed completely. I mean, could you think 4.5 years ago that you'd be communicating with cats and dogs? I don't
Not at
think
all.
so. I
Not
don't
at all.
think so. Yeah.
Not
So,
even from the other zone, you know, like I used to my medium friend used to help me out, but now I don't even need to do that. I can communicate directly, and once in a while when I'm meditating, my father will come, and there won't be any Q&A or nothing. We just kind of hang together, and then my mom, I have a daily conversation, and not that there is much to talk about, because in her realm it's different, but I did ask her which realm are you in, and she said she's in the seventh realm. and dad has been given the assignment. There's a whole spirit world. There is so much work that even in the spirit world people have to do
Right.
to get themselves to another level, because there are levels from 1 to 7, and in 7 also there are more realms
Hmm.
which the soul has to attain. And the concept of karma and your good deeds, that really sunk into my head now, because when when my mom passed away, I said, okay, now she's in the other realm, so let me just ask her what I wanted to ask. So I made a big list of questions
Ah,
that
interesting.
I wanted to ask her, and then I shared it with all of us in the group, and I was taking the assistance of my medium friend, and she asked my mom those questions, and my mom didn't say anything. Probably she did not want to. She just said that there's very little time, so that it was her time to move to the other realm. So I did not get the answers from there.
Hmm.
But somebody from our group said that read the Laws of the Spirit World, the book. And I read the
Yes.
book, and it was like such an eye opener, that what all things happen in the other world, in the other realms, and there are, you do your good karma, and then you get into the fifth realm, and then when you're in the spirit world, the more you if you want to go to a higher level, then you have to take a longer time. It takes a longer time for you
Hmm.
to go to a higher world.
Right.
But to reduce that time period, the spirits take birth in this life,
Yes,
in
right.
a human form, so that whatever the karma they have, they can either burn it or collect the good karma, so that they become more elevated. So
Absolutely.
all these things, and ma'am, I stopped eating non-vegetarian completely. I just don't want to hurt anyone, because the pain that the soul feels, it stays with them even in the other life. So
Absolutely.
that is another transition that happened in me, and
Yeah.
no.
Absolutely. And it's wonderful, Lena, because telling somebody don't eat non-veg doesn't work. But when your own soul realizes many things, it automatically happens. You will not be able to you can't put a piece of meat in your mouth now. It's like that.
Yes.
So it's wonderful. The whole journey is wonderful. And like you rightly said, just like here you have the various varnas, the various, kind of hierarchy in a way, or the various people doing various roles. Some people are plumbers and woodcutters and doctors and engineers, and each one of us has a different role out here, right? Similarly, when we pass over, that is also a school. And so we will have assignments there to do also. So it's not only that we accumulate merit or punya in here in the physical form, yes, we do. Even in that realm, we can accumulate merit. So it's
Yes.
not that when you pass away and you become a spirit, you don't accumulate merit. You do accumulate merit even there. Because if you pass in the assignments that are given there, you'll accumulate merit there itself. And so many souls, like you rightly said, take a longer period of time because they're accumulating more merit out there to pass over to different realms within that space instead of coming here in the physical space. So there are souls who return here because they need to accumulate punya here in the physical realm. And there are many souls who do not come here, but they continue to accumulate merit in the spiritual realm. So we don't disappear. That's the whole thing, right? We don't just disappear. We continue to be here in this whole cosmic universe, whether you call it the physical space where we continue to be here, or we continue to be in the spiritual space. So, Lena, very, very interesting. So, what has all this done to you? As a person, as a professional, and as a person, these two roles that you play, what has it done to you? These kind of realizations.
Ma'am, earlier I had thought that my vision is quite broadened with all the research work I've done in the last 20 years and developing the MESQ methodology. I thought my vision was quite broadened, 360 degrees. But after encountering these other aspects of the spiritual world, I think there are many more dimensions which have to be opened up or which exist and which we are not aware of. So they are all within us. The best part is that all these gifts are within us, and we are born with these gifts, and we just have to activate them. The time will come when it has to get activated for you. That's what I feel, because I did not come to this state maybe 20 years ago. It was just 4.5 years ago when something traumatic happened in my life, and then another dimension opened up. So trauma is something which opens up some things within you, and you have to look forward for that, welcome that there's some learning happening over there. And therefore now, with my psychological coaching and the training, I also club these aspects into my coaching and training. And what my spiritual guides and masters have said, that the purpose of my life is to help people all over the world with the learnings that I have learned from them. So that is what I'm working on, and helping people kind of deal with the stresses and strains of their lives, and just kind of look at life in a 360 degrees angle, and look within. Look within is what my motto is. It's like activating your full potential, and there is a lot more to people. Even I'm activating my full potential, and there's a lot to learn. So the more I learn, the more I share with my clients and my other participants.
Wow, fantastic. So I guess what you're trying to say to everybody here is there are lots of untold stories within our mind, within ourselves, right? And these untold stories are so fascinating because each story reveals an aspect of you. And when you begin to slowly, layer by layer, right, as a psychologist, that's what we do. We just allow the intellectual and then the emotional and the mental and the spiritual layers to come up. These untold stories come up. And like you rightly very beautifully said, that the trauma is nothing but a way of learning. Something that you've not learned led to a trauma.
Something that I had not learned, I learned it because of a trauma.
Yeah, something that you didn't learn, you learned it because of the trauma that.
Yes,
So the trauma was designed in your life, you
I
know.
guess so. I
Yeah.
guess so.
So see, the traumatic times that we go through are like junctions in our life. You know, they are going to appear because there is something that I have to learn, and so that is how actually death and dying can be understood also. There's another way of understanding death and dying, that these are junctions in our life where a loved one is going to depart because the time has arrived. But for you, the one who's left behind, it's for greater learning.
I wish the learning was not in this manner, but apparently the universe or whoever the maker is has made this a system. This is the way you learn, and the sooner we understand that this is the a learning process, and the better it will be for us.
Absolutely.
Because
And
whoever is born has to die, and in from the physical form, and takes rebirth again. So we are all like a part of our lives. Everybody is a part of each
correct,
other's life.
correct,
And
absolutely.
ma'am, the other transition that happened in me is I've become very thoughtful, very caring. Not caring as in I don't want to hurt anyone, even with my words or even with my actions. Even if like unknowingly I do something and I get to know that the other person is hurt, then I immediately apologize. It's like I have no issues in retracting or apologizing. The because the soul carries the pain with them in their afterlife. So it's very shocking to me that the pain and the even in the soul form they feel the pain. They
Yes.
feel the pain. So it is like, why would I want to hurt anyone so much that they carry that pain in the afterlife? And the other thing is your own karma gets loaded with the negative karma if you hurt anyone. So you that so we don't take any material things in the afterlife. We don't take our homes, we don't take money, we don't take our clothes, we don't take anything with us in the afterlife, but we take our actions, we take our words, we take our deeds, how we have behaved with other people, how we have treated other people, how we have whether we've been compassionate, empathetic, loving, caring with other human beings, other animals, the universe. These are the things that convert themselves into our positive or negative karmas, and these are the things that get carried forward in your afterlife through the soul. So this is a
Absolutely.
huge learning for me.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we all have to learn. So, what Lena has learned and realized is something that we all have to learn. And the best thing is that we all are in this together. It's not that there is going to be somebody who's never going to die. So we are all living similar lives. And because we're living similar lives, we can learn from each other. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things of life and of death. So, Lena, my dear, thank you so much. It was an enlightening conversation with you. And I am so happy that there's a doorway that's opened for you, which is taking you to places that are going to help others also. You've now become like a spiritual counselor. You're like a spiritual psychologist.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my life with you and some very intimate and very close stories I shared with you. And I don't know if I would share them with anybody else. So thank you very much for
Thank you.
this
I'm
opportunity.
deeply grateful for you being present on our show. So everybody keep watching Mrityunjaya. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
my dear.
everybody keep watching Mrityunjay. Thank you very much.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः